Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes here with Ramon Azab, aka Remon, Team Skunk, co host of the LordSkunk.com live shows. Just wanted to make a video. I haven't had much new stuff coming out over the last couple of days. I mean, not really much since, really the armor uh, is kind of the biggest deal lately that everybody's talking about, but other than that, everything else seems to be status quo over the last week. Obviously, we discussed the update notes just a few days ago. I wanted to do a character review, and typically, what you're seeing out of a character review is a lot of the characters that a lot of people have already, which is not what I wanted to do because obviously, if you don't have a Ray or you don't know what Ray's about yet, you should know. But I want to do a review on a character that maybe not everybody has yet. Some of the characters that are a little bit more hard to farm. I noticed that there's still a couple of hard farms out there. First and foremost, Hoth Rebel Scout. I'm sorry, not Hoth Rebel Soldier. Also, Resistance Trooper, First Order Stormtrooper, characters like that. Characters, First Order TIE Pilot, characters like that that are still hard to farm. Or hard to get maxed out. So typically, you're not going to see a ton of Resistance Trooper in Arena, and there's not a lot of people that have a maxed Resistance Trooper. So I decided to go ahead and go with a Resistance Trooper review today. I happen to have Resistance Trooper at Gear 11, and I believe truly that you can't really give a fair character breakdown until you have the character maxed out, so you can tell exactly what the character can do at their highest capabilities. Now, Resistance Trooper, I do happen to have all the Omegas on him as well. His abilities are pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and break those down. I happen to have the character stat sheet here on Resistance Trooper for swgoh.gg. Now, Resistance Trooper, his basic ability is deal physical damage to a target enemy with 65% with a 65% chance to expose them for 3 turns. That's with an Omega. Deal physical damage on Opportune Strike, his special. Deal physical damage to a target enemy with a 50% chance of inflicting speed down for 2 turns. This ability's cooldown is reduced by 2 if the target is suffering any negative status effects. So if you go ahead and expose the character with him, or if there's any negative status effects on the character and he uses Opportune Strike, that reduces the cooldown to 1, which is currently a 4-turn cooldown if they're not suffering any negative status effects. And his unique ability, Resistance Trooper has plus 10% potency and gains 55% turn meter whenever an enemy becomes exposed. Okay, so his potency actually is increased plus 10% from his base statistics, and he gets 55% turn meter whenever he exposes an enemy or an enemy becomes exposed. That to me means that if any character on a resistance team exposes somebody, for example, Poe or Finn or resistance pilot exposes a character, he will also gain 55% turn meter. So that's part of the resistance synergy that works pretty well. We actually have a member of Team Skunk that's running a full resistance team and doing very well in arena with that team. Resistance Trooper is a really cool character. I haven't quite found a place for him in arena yet. I do toy around with him in Galactic Wars, and that's what I wanted to do with you guys today. He's also very simple to gear. When you get to the gear table here, as he gets to gear 8, I believe he needs a MK5 fusion furnace and some purples. I mean, he definitely needs the stun cuffs and things like that. But he needs 1 furnace at gear 8, and then he needs an additional furnace, not at gear 9, but at gear 10 to get to gear 11. So he's one of the faster characters, because once you get past gear 8, it's relatively simple stuff to collect. I mean, the comlink is a bit annoying, but the HoloLens is easy to get. The MK4 Nubian scanner's easy. The MK2 thermal detonator's easy. the MK1 Carbonti Sensory. This is all easy stuff to get, you know, blue stuff. I mean, the MK6 bio implant is pretty simple to get. You know, MK5 keypads. I mean, you get those out of the challenges. So I mean, relatively easy to gear 11. And the only thing about him is he's a hard farm. There's 2 nodes for him to farm him in your. You have one in dark side battles, and I believe one in light side battles. And he's a slow farm, but once you get him there, he does hit very hard, and like I said, he's pretty easy to gear. So he's definitely a character to look at. He can help you out in a lot of different circumstances. Again, you know, he hits really hard, so he can do a lot of damage. And in the right team, I think he could be really viable. He has, you know, that 55% turn meter gain whenever, you know, a character is exposed, and you know, his special attack does deal some significant damage, especially if you put some good mods on him. And that's what I wanted to do now. Is I wanted to basically put some mods on the character, you know, with you guys here, and then you know, run him in a couple of matches here in Galactic War, so you can see how the character actually plays. So let's see. First and foremost, want to give him some additional potency, and I happen to have a plus 24% potency mod here, so I'm going to go ahead and equip that. Next, let's give him some additional protection and speed. Yes, that works. Now, yeah, I'm going to give him a plus 23% protection here. Let's see what we got going on here. 36% crit damage, 12% crit chance. I think we're going to go with the 36% crit damage mod here to get the whole speed set. And now I'll have to use health mods here to complete a health set with him. Let's go here. Okay, that's actually pretty good because that gives him an increase in potency as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take this. Alright, so now his speed is at a 150. He's got pretty good increase on his protection, and that pretty much gives him an effective, let's see, around 38k health, or HP combined with protection. His crit damage is increased. Obviously his potency went up from 18% to 45.37%, which should help him stick that expose a lot more frequently. His tenacity was increased to 37.5%. His physical damage went from 2210 to 2370. His physical crit chance 46%. So again, not bad. I still think I would want to tinker a bit with his mods just to make him as effective as possible, but just for the purposes of this review, we're going to go ahead and stick with this right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple of Galactic War matches here with him. I already happen to have this team all set up with Resistance Trooper in it. This is my typical start of Galactic War team. Trying to do as much damage as possible off the bat. Obviously I'm trying to get through the Galactic War as quick as possible. Now, let's see here. I believe we're on the forest moon of Endor here. I could be mistaken. Alright, let's see here. So, Resistance Trooper gets to go first here. Let's see if we can get an expose on Luminara. No, we got dodged. He did get called in for the assist, though. That's the great thing about the Phasma lead. Alright, so let's see. Try to take him out. really sticking the expose here too frequently, but there, we got an expose that time. See if we can finish her off here. Let's see if we land it again. Nope. There's a lot of dodge going on over here. Anyway, just wanted to get a chance to also stick that special ability on the character. Try to hit him with that special attack. Now, what's excellent also is that increase in turn meter that he gets when the expose occurs. So, for example, let's see if we can stick an expose here on Qui-Gon Jinn. If we get lucky, yes. So his turn meter increased 55% there. Now he was already pretty high turn meter, so that just gave him a that gave him 100% turn meter. That's why he's going immediately now. So now we're going to go ahead and use this special here, Opportune Strike, which will, should be reusable in 4 turns. But we'll see that once we take Qui-Gon out here, 12k damage. That was pretty serious. That cooldown should have been reduced to just 1 now. So let's see if we can go for Luminara next. Don't want her to use that Force Blast. Alright. Now we'll go for Kylo. Of course, he's going to use his AoE in a second. We get the expose. Yes. So we'll go ahead and just get rid of Kylo. See, now his special is available again. So, pretty cool. Let's see if we can get an expose here on... Nope. Would have liked to have seen a double tap there from First Order TIE Pilot, but... And he did, let's see, 7,995 there on his basic, which is, again, it's not breaking the charts or anything, but he does hit pretty hard, and he can do some significant damage, especially with that special attack. Now, I only happen to have one Resistance teammate here in this compilation that I have for Galactic Wars, but like I said, Poe exposes. Obviously, Rey does a whole ton of damage, and Finn also exposes. So there's a ton of chance for Resistance Trooper to get a lot of turn meter. Again, let's go for Luminara. I'm seeing a lot of Darth Sidious and Luminara in Galactic Wars. Always. Okay, let's see. Let's try to get that expose again. And we did. See, turn meter again to Resistance Trooper. First Order TIE Pilot should be able to take her out with this. He does. Okay, so let's go for Sidious here, see if we can get the expose. No, we didn't, but I'm going to go ahead and increase everybody's turn meter here a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to go for Mace. So this team works really well because, whenever you call any of these guys in for assist, they're doing some damage. So, you're no matter which way it goes, or no matter, who gets called in with the Phasma lead, it's always great. So I do get pretty far through my Galactic War with this team. Now, one of the things that's important that I do in Galactic Wars, because I have a decent amount of characters, I don't really try to get too concerned with losing characters, because I know If I try to make it through a Galactic War with the same team all the way through, it can be done, obviously, but it's just, it's a lot more work. It's a lot more, retreating and having to, uh, try to make sure that you get the right RNG that occurs, on the match so that you can, make your characters last as long as possible. Also, you want to throw some heals in there, but because, like I said, I have a decent amount of characters to run through. I usually don't use a healer initially. Like around now, I may sub out either Geonosian Soldier or Resistance Pilot here for maybe old Daka, somebody that can do a revive. But I'm still looking pretty good with First Order TIE Pilot, Phasma, and Resistance Trooper. So, anyway, I just wanted to do a character review on the Resistance Trooper. He's a great character. He's got a ton of great abilities, and maxed out, he can do some serious damage for you. I know not everybody necessarily has this character, so I just wanted to give you guys an idea what he can look like when he's maxed out. See if maybe he's worth it for you or not. It's up to you guys. He's worth the farm. He's available in hard nodes for dark side. I believe he's the first node here in on the third stage of dark side, and on light side I believe he's also on the third stage. Let me just make sure. Yes, he's the first node on the third stage of light side as well. So again, he's also somebody that rotates, I believe, in the guild shipments as well, so he can be attained there also. But just an excellent character that has tons of benefits. If you guys want to give him a shot, I definitely recommend it. Now, I just also wanted to do a quick arena match here. I wanted to do this first with you guys here on the video. I want to try putting in Chief Nebit instead of B2. I happen to have gotten Chief Nebit maxed out entirely. So now, with the exception of this Omega here on his basic, everything else is maxed. All his gears maxed, and his mods I already equipped, but they're pretty good. I mean, he's got some decent mods here I put on. That plus health mod isn't necessarily ideal, of course. I'd like to get him a plus speed mod primary, but those aren't necessarily easy to come by. So when I get one, he'll get it. But I want to give him a shot in arena and see what this looks like. Now, this is the first time I'm testing this out, so this could be a disaster. And if so, I'm going to have to go ahead and get right back in there and pull him out. But let's give him a shot in arena and see what happens. Also, I'm not necessarily sure if taking out B2 is the best option for this, but I've tried him out when he wasn't maxed, and it wasn't too impressive because again, there's just not a lot of characters that are going to benefit you more than B2. But let's see. Okay, a lot of dodge. Okay, let's throw out. Now they still have Qui-Gon here, but this will reduce everybody's cooldowns by one. Qui-Gon's probably going to dispel this taunt in a moment, but again, that reduced all the droids' cooldowns. You can see that General Grievous is already one turn away from being able to use his AoE again. Okay, well, she didn't get the revive on Rey. That's excellent. Ooh. Okay, so we dispelled the taunt. Let's go ahead and use this AoE again. Now, we don't have a dispel on this team, so we're going to have to go through this Royal Guard. That's one of the things you sacrifice with having B2. So again, I mean, there may be a, a better option than necessarily taking out B2, but I just wanted to try this out. So this is pretty cool too. We may get to call a couple of really hard hitters here in for an assist. Okay. Okay. Definitely focus down that Jawa engineer pretty hard. Okay, let's get rid of him. Now let's get rid of her. And we're going to go ahead and call that taunt again. It's pretty cool. Again, I don't think this is going to be a permanent replacement. I personally feel like B2 is a much stronger option. But Chief Nebit definitely has his place. I think he may be a better option with, let's say, a droid team that's running HK lead and IG 86 with IG 88. Might be a better option for a team like that. It looks like we got an update here. I know we're going to be getting we're supposed to be getting the credit heist event again today. That's I got word that we're going to be getting the credit heist event again today, so that's pretty excellent. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for checking it out. If you have any suggestions with that Chief Nebit team, either whether it be, let's say, to not take out B2 and substitute him for somebody else, or if you have any other characters that you'd like to see me do a review on, please leave me a note in the comments section. Again, like, subscribe to the to the video, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can always reach me at teamskunk.com on the Discord. You can go to teamskunk.com and follow the instructions to go to Discord. If you have any questions, or if you're interested in finding out some more information about the community, go to lordskunk.com. We have tons of tips and guides there. We're always actively recruiting over at Team Skunk. We'd love to see you. Again, thanks for checking out the video. And, I hope you guys have a good night, and may the force be with you.